Hello, everyone, and welcome to MHS Sports on MHTV. I'm Jess Burton, and today we're at Staff Sergeant Christopher Piper Field at the Alexander Kulovich Athletic Complex on the campus of Marblehead High School as the Magicians Boys Lacrosse team takes on the Swampscott Big Blue. We'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner in bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV, and stay tuned to the end of the game when I'll announce the Marblehead Sports Shop player of the game. Opening day for both these teams, and a rivalry game right off the bat, and a huge game for the Magicians as they have not been victorious against the Big Blue in over 2 seasons. Both games last year, nail biters, as you expect rivalries to be, hard fought and close. And the guys are about to get underway. We've got 12 minutes on the clock. We'll play 4 12-minute quarters. A couple of the games over the past couple of seasons have gone to overtime, so we'll see if we get any free lacrosse, but off the jump, Swampscott wins the draw, and 2 passes later, they score. 1-0. What a way to start. And somehow that only took 2 seconds off the clock. Might have been a little late getting the clock started, but it was quick, and that's the way to start this season for Swampscott. See if the Magicians can get it back. But that goal scored by last name Bram. I only have the last names for the Big Blue. So we weren't sent a roster, so I took a picture of the scorebook. But Bram beats Colin Maniaci, who's in net for the Magicians. On the other end of the field, in net for Swampscott, is Colton Alex. Swampscott loses their second possession and picks it up around the 30, knocked away again by Grady Becker. Becker cross midfield with it. Dumps it off to Tyler Forbes. Forbes settles in as Becker comes off. Kyle Thibodeau comes on, as does Owen Dulac. The Magicians spin it back out from behind the net. Dulac sets a screen, and an illegal one, and the ball will be turned over. Dulac, Maniaci, and Becker, 3 of the 4 captains. John Schiefer, the other one. Dulac and Schiefer were also captains of the football team. Marblehead coached by John Wilkins, of course. Swampscott settling into their third possession with the 1-0 lead. Bram looking middle. Good pass, caught on the move, and the shot goes wide. Shot coming from Marino. Swampscott will retain possession. And it's thrown out of bounds. Magicians across midfield. Around the 25, pass down low, kicked back out. Ball's dropped and picked up by the Big Blue. Moving quickly upfield. Dished off. Rowe started the break. Gave it to Rothwell. He'll back it out. Magicians had somewhat of a disappointing season last year. Didn't really play like the Magicians program usually does. Trying to get back to the top of the NEC this year. This team they're playing tonight is going to want to have something to say about that. They've got a good program that they've built over the last few years. NEC is going to be tough this season. Masco's really good. Beverly's got a new coach. They should be good or improved. So the Magicians will really have to focus on the little things if they're going to want to win the conference. And that one bounces past Maniaci and in. Second goal for Bram. Colin going to want that one back. Popped right up underneath the crossbar and in. 2-0 Big Blue with exactly 8 minutes to go in the first. Marblehead controls the draw. Pass down to the goal line. From the 35, Forbes starts his rush, and Alex makes the save. Sidearm shot from Forbes with some speed on it. Excellent save. Bad pass out, huge hit. I'll get the Marblehead sideline fired up. Free possession for him after the turnover. Some contact right around the goal as the shot was taken. Alex picks it up out of the crease. Swampscott running down midfield, avoiding two defenders. The pass is caught, shot is taken, in and out of Maniaci's stick, and he keeps it out of the goal. A stop he desperately needed here early on in the first. He gets it, but then the Magicians turn it over before they get back to midfield. Swampscott looking to go up 3 here early. Long, calm pass across to the far side of the field. Now behind the net. Maniaci keeps his eyes on it. High pass behind the net and out from the back. Slamming it home is Bram again. A hat trick in the first 7 minutes for Bram. And this is all Swampscott here early on, leading 3-0. What a start for the Big Blue. Magicians need to shake off these jitters from the first game at home under the lights. Primetime start, if you will, against their rival. They look tight. Big Blue look relaxed. And they've got a 3-goal cushion to work with. And they've got the ball again along the near sideline. Now down low. Whipped around to Bram. Trying to get out of the corner. The defender on his shoulder. He'll give it to an open player. Magicians close down quickly. Back up top. Second spin move works. They get in the middle. And Maniaci drops it in and out of the netting on his stick and into the net. And it's 4-0. Wow, can't believe he dropped that one. That's tough. And timeout, John Wilkins and the Magicians. .432 left in the first. Bram with a hat trick, and that one scored by number 1, Von Barta. Very calm John Wilkins, as he usually is. Probably just trying to settle the guys down. The few offensive possessions they've had have basically all been turnovers. They did get that shot, if you want to even call it that, from just outside the crease. And the one by Thibodeau. I think I said it was Forbes at the time, but it was Thibodeau, number 2, not 12. So Kyle with the ball here again, racing forward. Now has the defenders behind him. He's going to get all the way to the goal. And off the stick of Alex, it pops out. Another nice save by the Swampscott goalie. Big Blue pick it up off the turf, play it back to Alex. And they'll move upfield. Sharp pass. And it's knocked away from Joy by Grady Becker. Dulac up ahead, and he can't connect with Will Kinahan. Pass a bit behind him. Magicians rip a shot on goal. That one got by Alex. Not sure if it hit the post or not, or off his body, but bouncing free. Big Blue loses it along the sideline. Back to the Magicians. This is Forbes, all the way to the net, shoots low. Another block. Forbes comes back into the play. As it's loose, it's picked up, and it's in for Landon Dosh. The last time Dosh was out here on Piper Field, he had an excellent end to the football season, really made a name for himself, and he has the first goal of the regular season for the Magicians here, now in a lacrosse uniform. So they get one back. It's 4-1, 3:17 left in the first. Let's see if that sparks the offense. False start on Swampscott on the draw. Thibodeau tosses to Dulac off the sideline. Reed Weiser, 28, filters in behind him. Thibodeau back on quickly. Dulac gonna take it himself and gets pushed back and gives it up. Now back to him. Low shot blocked and into the corner. Reed Weiser, the shooter. Thibodeau Gets by one defender, has another one come up on him. Now he's double teamed, gives it up just before the pressure really got on top of him. Swung back out off of Alex, and it goes all the way to the far sideline and out of bounds. Dosh loading up for that shot. Colton Alex seeing the ball well in net for the Big Blue. And whistle will stop play. Referee speaking with Von Barda, who scored the last goal for the Big Blue. He's going to pull him off the field. Von Barda looks confused. Not a penalty. Thibodeau forced to give it up. Dosh out from behind the net. Spins, looking for a shooting lane. Good defense by Swampscott. Over the head of Dulac. He's going to have to hustle for it. Gets by the man that was chasing him down towards midfield. Sees Delicio in front of him and turns back out. There's a shot and a goal for Reed Weiser. With 59 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Weiser cuts the lead in half. After 4 straight for the Big Blue, 2 in a row for the Magicians, and they're back in it. Thibodeau wins the draw. He's been one of the best in the NEC over the past couple of years. .35 seconds left. Weiser wants to attack, gives it up instead over the head of Dosh and out of bounds. The clock stops with 22. Swampscott going to have to go the length of the field. They go to Alex. The pass out is dropped. Long pass connects with Von Barda back out there. He'll carry to the 30. Under 10. Von Barda makes a move, gets in the middle, shoots low. Maniaci scoops it up, has it knocked away from behind. And the horn brings us to the end of the first quarter. Dangerous moment there in the final seconds for the Magicians as Maniaci came out of the crease and was vulnerable. It's 4-2 Big Blue after 1. We'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner and bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. We'll be right back with the second quarter. Teams off the bench in the second quarter about to get underway. They'll switch ends for the quarter change. Thibodeau lines up against Michigan for the opening draw of the second. Kyle flips it forward and gets back to it. Has it pop loose again, but he got pushed. The Magicians will have it. And no penalty called. Forbes has it behind the net. Brings it just above the goal line. We'll give it up to Dulac. Owen changes direction. Nice move. But he circles back out to where he started. Gives it to Thibodeau. Double team comes for him. Dulac pushed back by Von Barda. Now finds a shooting lane. In and out of the net for Alex on his stick. And a bouncing goal for Tyler Forbes, muscling his way to the net between two Big Blue defenders, and he makes it a one-goal game. He just pounded the ball off the turf, and it bounced up and in. So whatever Wilkins said when he called the timeout in the first after they went down 4-0 has seemed to help. This looks like a different team than the first few minutes. That's good coaching too, noticing the team is a little nervous. Opening night against your rival. You go down big early, give up goals that you should have stopped. Now 3 unanswered. Looking to tie it here on this possession. That is Bailey Finkel who shoots, and it goes over the crossbar and to the fence. It'll be started by Kinahan. Gives it up to Forbes. Dulac fumbles the pass, took his eyes off it. Goes and gets it to Finkel. Finkel has room to fire. He does, and he scores! He ties it at 4. The freshman, Bailey Finkel. His first career goal is a big one. And now Swampscott calls a timeout after they give up 4 straight. Now it's the Big Blue that need to settle down after a torrent start. Like I said at the top, this is a big game, as it always is, against the Big Blue for the Magicians, but They've lost 4 straight to their rivals. And on opening night, you want to start the season off with a win, but even more importantly, you want to beat them and avenge these losses that a lot of these guys on this roster have been a part of over the past couple seasons. Magicians lost a lot of big goal scorers from last year's team. So they're kind of curious when I talk to them about the season for the spring sports preview, about where the goal scoring would come from. The guys are going to have to step up. They all highlighted Tyler Forbes as one of the guys that could do that in his junior year. He's already scored tonight. They're getting some production from all four grades so far here tonight, with the most recent goal coming from Finkel, the freshman. Swampscott on the move, caught it initially. A great play by Becker, chasing it down, knocking it loose, then clearing the Swampscott ball carrier off the field. That was Rowe. Becker all over him. Swampscott keeps possession, and Maniaci makes a great save. Popped out for a second. He was able to track it and catch it. Collins a strong passer out of the net. That one drops to the turf. That's Noah Wilson, 17, who couldn't catch it cleanly. Scooped up by Forbes. He'll settle in right on the end zone. Flings it over to Becker, and now back out to Dulac. Takes a peek at the sideline. Gets the play call. Becker's going to come off. Looks like Thibodeau will replace him. Tied at 4. The Magicians looking for their first lead of the night. That is a missile from Thibodeau. Could barely see it. Shot was high. They fought their way back from a 4-0 deficit to tie it at 4. Thibodeau spins, shoots off the body of Alex, loose just outside the crease, and Alex is able to scoop it up for Swampscott. The intensity is picked up here, especially defensively for the Magicians. Alex in all kinds of trouble as he was working his way upfield, and I think we're going to have a slash penalty against the Magicians. It's exactly what it is. It goes on Forbes, as he was trying to knock it away from the Swampscott goalie. So power play chance here for the Big Blue. 7:17 left before halftime. Good crowd here from both fan bases on opening night. A chilly night at Piper Field. A rainy day has turned into a chilly spring night. But things heating up out on the turf right now in a tie game. I mentioned at the top that a lot of these games over the past couple seasons have either gone to overtime or been 1-goal games or 2-goal games for these two schools. Looks like we're in for another barn burner here tonight. First few minutes didn't look that way, but Magicians have come back with 4 straight to tie it. New ball game here about halfway through the second quarter. And it's kicked out, low shot. Maniaci gets down, knees on the turf to make the stop. They were trying to go 5-hole. It looked like it might get past him. He got that stick down just in time, and he comes out of the crease, knocks the pass down. They were looking for Bram. He was standing with his toes on the crease. Great recognition from Maniaci, stepping in like a cornerback to knock that one down. We are halfway through the second quarter, the 6-minute mark. And a whistle's gonna keep the ball down on this end of the field as Von Barda lost his footing, trying to force his way towards the net. But the whistle goes against the Magicians, and Von Barda has it back. The pick and roll worked out, but Marino dropped it. Transition for the Magicians. The bouncing shot, save made by Alex. Dosh, the shooter, set up nicely by Becker. Swampscott back the other way with speed. They don't have numbers offensively, so they'll back it out. Number 4, Gib Rowland defending the ball. Maniaci, another stop. Shot down on his laces. Popped up in the air. He makes another nice snag. That time denying Ostroff the goal. Ball bouncing Ostroff's way for Swampscott. He's pressured from behind. Didn't give great effort to go and get it. Over the shoulder flip off the sideline by Von Barda to keep play alive. But the Magicians have it. Andrew DePhillips closed in on quickly, makes a nice move to avoid the defender. Thibodeau tiptoes on the 33-yard line. Sends it back towards midfield. Weiser gives to Dulac. Now Weiser, the freshman, gives up to Thibodeau, and that is off the post. It looked like it went in. The crowd and the bench reacted like it did. The referee standing right there, never gave a signal, but they had Alex beat. But I think it caught the iron. Tough break there for Thibodeau. That would have been the Magicians' first lead. Closing down on the 3-minute mark here before halftime. Now we've gone a while without a goal after there were a flurry in the first. Just one here. Or 2 here in the second. The ball is with number 2, Joy. Gets by a defender, stops, kicks back out. Long possession for Swampscott. Von Barda from this left side, fires high. It gets to the fence, and it's going to be Marblehead ball. Swampscott hasn't scored since about the 7-minute mark in the first quarter. And John Wilkins wants another timeout with 1:51 left before the break. They want to take a lead into halftime. And they'll talk over strategy on how to do that here in the timeout. Reed Weiser and Bailey Finkel, each a freshman, seeing good time here in the first half, both with goals. Took a few minutes for this new roster to find their footing here tonight. But it's been an entertaining first half, that's for sure. 4 straight for the Big Blue to open it, 4 straight for the Magicians to tie it. They've quieted number 16, Bram. Have the Magicians. He scored the first 3 goals for the Big Blue, including one just a couple seconds into the game. Haven't heard much from him since. And here we go. Final 2 minutes. Thibodeau has it. Forbes finds space. Kicks it out. Tough catch by Dosh. We've seen him make a lot of tough catches this year, dating back to the fall. As a late bloomer, as one of the top wide receivers in the last few games for the Magicians football team. Dosh with a goal here tonight. Has it here. Forbes shoots high. 54 seconds to play in the half. Dulac out of the corner with it. Up to Thibodeau. Space to start his run. Spins and scores. Five straight for the Magicians. Thibodeau's first of the night. They've got 5 different goal scorers. And they lead for the first time 5-4 with 42 seconds to play before the break. The Magicians have all the momentum in the world right now. It's been almost 19 game minutes since Swampscott has scored. And the Magicians have powered their way to a lead. Thibodeau keeps it and scores! Back-to-back for number 2, and it's 6-4. There was all kinds of pressure on him after the faceoff. He worked his way through all of it and beats Alex. And because Thibodeau fought through all that contact, now they're checking his stick to see if the pocket is legal. Even the referees think that it should have been knocked out of his hands with the beating he was taking. They'll hand it back to him. And he'll be in there for the face-off. This one swept Swampscott's way. And the pass is intercepted. Andrew DePhillips sprinting forward. Stops at the 40. Gives it up to Forbes. 10 seconds to play in the quarter. And they score again. It's Will Kinahan. 7 straight goals for the Magicians, and they lead by 3. 3 goals in the final minute here in the second quarter. And if Kyle can win this face-off cleanly and sprint ahead, he's going to have a chance for another one with 8 seconds left. That's plenty of time to get downfield. Swampscott wins the draw, though. They have a chance to get one back before the break. They fumble the pass, and that's halftime. 4 goals in the first 5 minutes of the first quarter for Swampscott. Nothing since. 7 straight for the Magicians. They trailed after 1. They lead by 3 at halftime. Before we break, we'd like to remind you that MHTV is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. If you're enjoying this production of MHS Sports on MHTV, please click subscribe on our YouTube page and consider making a donation by visiting our website, marbleheadtv.org, and clicking on the donate button. We'll be back after this with second half action. Welcome back to MHS Sports on MHTV. I'm Jess Burton. Third quarter about to get underway from Piper Field. Looked like the Magicians were going to have a really rough night in the first few minutes of this game, allowing 4 goals to Swampscott, including one right off the opening faceoff. Went down 4-0 and have fought back and in a massive way with 7 straight goals since about the halfway point of the first quarter. Held Swampscott scoreless in the second, lead 7-4 as the third quarter is about to begin. Teams have switched ends once more. And Kyle Thibodeau with 2 goals in the final minute of the second wins and controls the opening faceoff of the third. The junior has been spectacular in the faceoff circle for the Magicians for 3 years. Got a lot of playing time in that position as a freshman. And clearly with his performance tonight, he's going to be relied on heavily this season. Not only there, but to score some goals. And he's a big reason why they're up 3. And have put this stretch together. Here's Dulac. He wants a piece. Bounces it by the far post. Back out. This is Weiser. Weiser has a goal. Dulac having trouble breaking through the defense. Push back, gives it up. Thibodeau to Weiser. Reed looking for some space to fire. Takes a shove, keeps his foot in. Kinahan out of the corner to Dulac. Forces a pass into the middle, and Thibodeau hits the crossbar. Can't believe the pass even got there. Thibodeau strong with the catch, just missed the shot, and now we're going to have a penalty against the Magicians. Number 3, Rowe, for Swampscott fell down, and they slashed it out of his stick while he was down on the turf. Thibodeau to the box. Second power play chance for Swampscott. They have not committed a penalty yet tonight. Von Barda, number 1, will start it. They need a goal bad. Von Barda has 1. Bram, number 16, had the first 3. They have really locked down on him. He has it here. He'll get rid of it quickly. The pass out is knocked down. Now dropped and chased towards the end line. Bram comes in there and steals it away. Andrew DePhillips should have picked it up. And right out in front, they score. It's Von Barda again. A power play goal for Swampscott. They take advantage of the man advantage and finally break their scoring drought that lasted almost 22 game minutes. Hadn't scored since about the 7-minute mark in the first quarter, and now with 9.5 to play in the third, they finally beat Maniaci again, and it's 7-5. Ball just being swept around. Nobody can control it. It finally is picked up by Rowe. He finds Bram, and Maniaci shuts that down and then takes a shove from Bram. And the ball will be awarded to the Magicians. What a stop by the Marblehead netminder. From the webbing of Bram's stick into the webbing of Maniaci's, and then loose for that moment as Colin was trying to cover it up. Back the other way. Come the Magicians. Forbes circles behind the net. Spins away from a defender and kicks it out. This is Kinahan. Kinahan fires low, and it rolls into the corner. Will Kinahan, a sophomore with a goal tonight. Not sure, called his name one time last year. Making an impact here on opening night. This is the first game of the season for both teams. They both had a couple warm-up scrimmages in the week prior to this. That pass gets by Dulac and to Alex in net. Short lob pass connects. This one just thrown into space, but it's picked up off a hop by the Big Blue, and they score. That is Rothwell. 2 in a row for the Big Blue. The third quarter looking a lot like the beginning of the first here for the visitors. And now they're back within one, 7-6. And they really like shooting down the left side of the field. They had no success going the other direction. All 6 goals scored on this side of the field for the Big Blue. That could mean good things for Marblehead in the fourth, if they can hold on to the lead. And that pass is dropped by the Magicians. Don't see Dosh drop many with his stick or with his hands. He did that time. The ball's back to Swampscott, but it's loose. They turn it over. Picked up by Kinahan, and his shot is saved. Flags come out. Kinahan took a shot as he let it go, and it's going to be a cross-check on the Big Blue. Their first penalty committed tonight, and that'll give the Magicians the advantage. Delicio called for the cross-check. The Magicians lead by a goal. Spinning it around, trying to collapse the Swampscott defense. Long pass, tough catch by Thibodeau. Had to fully stretch for that one. Picks it up off a bounce. Hard shot from the far wing. Alex makes the stop. Big Blue can't secure it. Back with the Magicians. Power play over. Van Barda, the 6th man to join the defense for the Big Blue as Delicio headed to the bench. Thibodeau with the shot off the body of Alex and to the end line. Magicians will keep it. Halfway through the third quarter. 2 goals for Swampscott to get back in it. 2 teams that hope to be heavyweights in the NEC in a big-time bout here tonight under the lights at Piper Field to open the season. Exchanging blows. The Magicians trying to go back up by a couple goals here Pass middle. Defense surrounds Dulac and knocks the ball free. Swampscott has it. Forbes stands his ground. Let's Rowe run into him. Rowe able to keep it. Now gives it up to Van Barta. Down low to Bram. To Phillips, shadowing Bram. Big Blue trying to find a shooting lane. They do. It's off the side of the net. Shooter number 2, last name Joy. And I don't have the players' first names except the goalie. Weren't given a roster pregame, so I just have the names from the book. Van Barta loses it. Scooped up and controlled by Brody Sullivan. First time we've called his name tonight, and nice play made by Sullivan. Forbes fires and scores. The Magicians back up by 2. Forbes' second goal of the night. He and Thibodeau both with 2. Make sure you stick around to the end of the game, or after the end of the game. We'll take a really short break, and then I'll come back on to announce the Marblehead Sports Shop player of the game. The ball batted around off the face-off and controlled by the Big Blue. 3.5 to play in the third. In for an exciting finish here tonight. Swampscott wants to make a change. Michigan off, Marino on. Their offense restarts. This is Ostroff out from behind the net. Fakes low, shoots high. Popped out of Maniaci's stick. And he dragged it back into the crease, picks it up, and then throws it away. I don't think that's on him. That should have been caught by Schieffer. Ostroff loses his footing, and a flag comes out. It's going to be a hold against the Magicians. To Phillips, to the box. An extra ball out on the field, back around the 20-yard line on the Swampscott end. So they clear that off. Third power play of the night for Swampscott. They scored on the last one. Bram trying to pull it out of the crease after his shot was saved by Maniaci. Colin trying to dive on it. And the whistle goes Marblehead's way. Under 2 to play in the third. Magicians by 2. Forbes looking for goal 3. Shoots, and it's scooped up. The shot right on the feet of Alex. Put the stick down to make the catch cleanly. Gets it out past midfield in a hurry. The Magicians swarm the ball. Knocked the carrier down. It was loose for a moment. Picked up by Von Barda. His pass out from behind the net is dropped by Rowe. Big hit from Dulac. Owen loves hitting people. One of the more ferocious players on the football team. Loves contact sports. Under a minute. Screen. Von Barda popped out. He's going to get it back here. Looking for his third goal, and he's got it. Cuts the Magicians' lead to 1 again here in the third. A hat trick for Von Barda. Had 1 in the first. Has the last 2 for the Big Blue. 8-7. Big shoulder-to-shoulder collision. Ball picked up off the turf by Duffy. Rowe kicks it back to Joy. Joy fires from long range off a short hop. Maniaci catches it as time expires in the third. We've got a 1-goal game as we round for home. 8-7 after 3. We'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner in bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. Stay tuned. The fourth quarter is coming right up. The team's headed back out there for the fourth quarter. Again, 8-7 Magicians. They've switched sides here for the fourth. Swampscott going left to right where they have had no success yet. All 7 goals for Swampscott coming down on the left side of the field here tonight. It was a scoreless second quarter when they went this way. Maniaci trying to keep it that way. Down on this end, makes a nice stop. Bram on the doorstep. Had one similar to that in the third. Almost an identical sort of save by Maniaci. Marblehead ball. A long pass. Caught by Forbes. Tyler gets close to the goal and backs out. Forbes out from behind the net, turns, gets hit as he shot it. It bounces past the net. Sharp pass into a bunch of bodies. Intended for Thibodeau. It gets by him all the way towards midfield where Swampscott will take over. They find space. They get it down to Bram. This time he fakes Maniaci right out of his shoes. Fakes high. Goes around his body in a wide open net. And we are tied at 8 with 10:41 left. Brand new game here in the fourth. First time we've been tied since the Magicians battled back and tied it at 4. They've led since that point. Now it's Swampscott who delivers a big blow. The battle continues. They had a very similar game to this last season. It was either a 10-9 or a 9-8 overtime win for Swampscott here on Piper Field. They've won 4 straight in this matchup of crosstown rivals. Whoever wins here tonight is going to really set the tone for their season to come. It'll be an emotional victory or an emotional letdown for one side or the other here on opening night for both teams. Swampscott trying to take the lead back, and they do. Joy with the goal. 9-8, Big Blue. First lead since the first quarter for Swampscott. False start on Swampscott. Big possession here for the Magicians. Weiser gives it up to Forbes. Forbes looking long, back across to this side of the field. Bailey Finkel, the freshman, has a goal tonight, looking for a shooting lane. Second defender comes up for the Big Blue, forces the ball out of his hands. Down low, Kinahan out from behind the net. Back to Dulac up top. Owen has not scored yet tonight. This would be a big spot for him, and he dropped the ball. Picked up by Duffy. Passes to Von Barda. Both teams shift some players on and off the field. Rothwell directing traffic. Defended by Dulac. Marino off the Swampscott bench. Rothwell's shot in and out of the webbing on Maniaci's stick. It's pushed into the crease where he picks it up. First call of Noah Pignato's name tonight. As he crosses midfield with it and gives it to Weiser. Finkel joins the offense. Has it. Fires high. Might have been some stick-to-stick contact as he let it rip, but I don't think it had much of a chance anyway. Tough angle on the shot, shooting from his hip. Kinahan up top with Thibodeau. 2 goals for number 2 tonight. Magicians trail by 1. They get close. Forbes hits the crossbar again. Rebound. Save made by Alex. It looked like Alex had no shot to save that. And the bouncing shot from Forbes. He gets up off the turf. Shoots quickly. Alex gets up as well and makes the stop. Wow, what a save. 2 golden chances for Forbes. And I think it's an illegal substitution by Swampscott. The ball back to the Magicians. That's a gift from the referees right there. The ref standing right next to the Swampscott sideline. Kept glancing at them. Saw something that he thought was illegal. Weiser. Finkel cuts through the middle, goes back out. Forbes drops the pass. Halfway through the 4th. Weiser loads up off of Alex's stick and into the corner. Finkel looks middle, and Dosh's shot bounces by the post. John Wilkins with a lot of confidence in his 2 young forwards, Weiser and Finkel, both freshmen, out there in crunch time. It's Forbes, the veteran, and that shot is saved. And the referee says he was inside the crease. Wouldn't have counted anyway. But Forbes is getting looks from close range and unable to finish. Swampscott can extend their lead, 9-8. They've outscored the Magicians 5-1 since halftime. It's been a game of runs. Right now, Swampscott with the momentum. Under 5 to play. DePhillips defending. The pass to Joy. He broke the tie a few minutes ago. Now to Van Barda. Looking for room to fire. He finds it, and it's wide of the near post. A tough catch from Marino On the pass out from behind in the net. Rothwell makes a move, shakes the defender, fires. Great stop by Maniaci. Down on his knees to make the play. Magicians hustle upfield. Dulac has it in the corner. Dosh waits for Finkel to come off the bench, gives him a little head nod, sends him through. Thibodeau gets by his man, and the shot past the near post. Tumbled to the turf as he shot it. Now the ball's loose in the corner. Two from each side battling for it. Forbes comes out with it. Shot from just above the goal line, and Alex makes the save. Alex out of the net, finds the open man, but it pops out of his stick. Duffy turned his head before he secured it and left it behind him. Duffy another chance at it right there. Controlled for a moment by the Magicians. Got knocked away, now they get it back. And huge contact here by the scorer's table. And that's going to be a penalty on Van Barda. Weiser got crushed. But popped up, fired up. Because with 2:33 left, down a goal, they're going to have a man advantage on the offensive end of the field. What a game here tonight from Piper Field. Opening night, but playoff-like atmosphere between these two rivals. Swampscott led 4-0. The Magicians scored 7 straight, led 7-4 at halftime. They've scored just once since then, trail 9-8. Final minutes of the fourth quarter. Again, a couple of these games between these two teams have gone to overtime over the past couple of seasons. Might end up happening again here tonight. We'll see. But the Magicians need one. They'll spin it around. Trying to buckle down that Big Blue defense. And a bad pass. That's going to go out of bounds, back to the Big Blue. Weiser, the freshman, throws it away. Swampscott almost does the same. It stays in bounds. It's tapped ahead along the sideline. And as it's recovered, Swampscott calls a timeout. A minute 55 left. This has to be the best defensive possession of the night for the Magicians. win or lose when we wrap things up. I'll come back in a moment after that and announce the Marblehead Sports Shop Player of the Game. There's a few candidates tonight. We'll see if someone can be the hero and earn it. Swampscott will start from the far sideline. It'll be with Rothwell. The Magicians bring a double team right away. This is a short-handed chance here for Swampscott as Van Bart is still in the box. You can see they only have 5 on the offensive end compared to 6 Magicians defenders. And I think another timeout called by Swampscott. The ball dropped to the turf quickly. Their head coach didn't like what he saw. Not much time left on the Van Barta penalty, I would assume. I guess no timeout. Maybe the head coach yelled something out that the referee heard as timeout and stop play. Something lost in translation there, potentially. We were tied at 8. This guy right here, Joy, broke the tie, gave Big Blue the lead, 9-8. And he is swarmed, goes down, it's knocked away from him, it rolls out of bounds, and the Magicians will have it. A minute 20 to play. Magicians looking for some magic in the final minute. Flag comes out on the near side of the field, and they score! It's Landon Dosh. Number 15 has that clutch gene. And he ties it at 9 with exactly 1 minute to play. This one quite literally comes down to the final minute. False start on Thibodeau. Swampscott will be in position to hold this and try to win it. Van Barta back out there after the penalty. Now a timeout is called by the Big Blue with 40 seconds left. Swampscott taking all the time that they get here to talk over what could be the final possession of the game. Marblehead fan section pounding on the bleachers. Half a minute. Swampscott shot high over the crossbar. Maniaci might have got a piece. It rolls out. They'll have it. Out from behind the net, they score! Ostroff breaks the tie. Swampscott leads 10-9 with 18 seconds left. Biggest face-off for the night for Thibodeau. He's got to win it. He does. He had it for a second. Lost it. Swampscott catches it out of the air. It's Duffy. Just going to run into space. Magicians knock it away. 5 seconds left. 3. They've got to fire. And the horn comes too quick, and Swampscott wins. Forbes had a shot from about the 40, but he didn't get it off in time anyway. What a game here on opening night on Piper Field, but heartbreak for the home team. From down 4-0 to up 7-4 at halftime, the Magicians give up the lead in the final 24 minutes. We were tied at 4, we were tied at 8, we were tied at 9. And Swampscott wins it. 10-9 the final. And for them, Ostroff is the hero. Stick around in just a moment. I'll be back to announce the Marblehead Sports Shop Player of the Game. Welcome back to MHS Sports on MHTV. Tonight's Marblehead Sports Shop Player of the Game is Kyle Thibodeau. Kyle was excellent in the face-off circle and had a couple of goals as his team was battling back in it and eventually taking the lead. But Kyle was excellent tonight, standout player in what is a heartbreaking loss for the Magicians in the opening game of the season. But congratulations, Kyle, from the Marblehead Sports Shop and MHTV. And we'd like to thank the Marblehead Sports Shop for being our community partner in bringing you the Player of the Game award. And we'd like to thank National Grand Bank for being our community partner in bringing you MHS Sports on MHTV. Once again, the final score from Piper Field tonight, Swampscott 10, the Magicians 9. For all of us here at MHTV Sports, I'm Jess Burton. Thanks for watching.